Let's talk about other matters where the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission in Nigeria has uncovered a total sum of 37.170 billion naira allegedly laundered in the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs under former Minister Sadiya Umar Farouq. Details of the ongoing probe reveal that the money was transferred from the federal government coffers and sent to 38 different bank accounts domiciled in 5 legacy commercial banks belonging to or connected with a contractor, James Okwete. Following receipt of the funds, Okwete allegedly transferred 6.746 billion naira to Bureau de Change operators, withdrew 540 million naira in cash, purchased luxury cars with 288.35 million naira, and bought luxury houses in Abuja and Enugu State with 2.195 billion naira. Now, 53 companies were allegedly traced to Okwete, who also said they have used 47 of the companies to lift federal government contracts amounting to 27.423 billion naira. Reactions have trailed the release of former governor of Central Bank of Nigeria from Kuje Correctional Center after his lawyers perfected his bail conditions. Justice Hamza Muazu of the Federal Capital Territory, FCT, High Court had granted him bail and sum of 300 million naira with 2 sureties in like sum. Emefiele was arraigned on a 6-count charge bordering on procurement fraud and using his position to confer a corrupt advantage on Sadatu Yaro, a staff of CBN, by awarding the contract for the procurement of 43 vehicles worth 1.2 billion naira between 2018 and 2020. And while he was remanded in Kuje, Emefiele was mandated to deposit all his travel documents with the registrar of the court and must remain within the Abuja Municipal Area Council. And to talk about this, I've been joined live on the news by a legal practitioner, Okiki Adeniran. Good morning. Glad to have you join me.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
I mean, straight up, what do you make of Emefiele's release from the Kuje Correctional Prison?
Yeah, it's released from the prison. You know, it's a bail, actually. Now, at the last adjourned date, the courts issued an order that it can be bailed. In fact, the courts gave requirements and instructed his lawyers to ensure that those requirements are fulfilled. And based on those requirements, if they are fulfilled, it can be released on bail. So now he has been released on bail. He's on bail. He is expected to drop his international passport and also expected to stay within Abuja till the case ends.
Now, his release, you know, is surrounding certain controversies of him having about 593 accounts. What do you make of such, you know, expose and now his release?
Yeah, well, I'm very sure that the prosecutor has gotten another job in that sense. What is going to happen now, because he has been arraigned based on certain allegations. Now, there are other allegations coming up. They can be rearranged. The charge will probably be amended again and be rearranged before the court. So what has happened now is that the allegations that have been leveled against him are now more than what we've seen before. And now it can be rearranged. Amended charge can be filed.
But looking at it on the global stage, what do you think, you know, or how do you think this would impact the reputation of Nigeria in the global stage? Yeah,
looking at it, it's not a good picture. Sincerely, it's not a good picture. Having the CBN governor with this kind of allegations, there are heavy allegations against the CBN governor. It's a very bad picture. However, it's the step that the government is taking, having a security agency prosecute the CBN governor. It's a very good step, and it's something that can assure. It's a step that can assure, you know, the investors later on to come to Nigeria to invest, based on the fact that by the time this case ends, they can be sure that even if there's any issue, the government will back them up.
Now, certain persons have said, you know what, the former CBN governor, Godwin Emefiele, could not have acted alone. He must have had the backings of authorities, those in position of, you know, authority, for him to be able to carry out whatever act he carried out while, being the former governor of CBN. Do you share in this perspective?
I do share in the same opinion, actually. You know, you cannot act alone. Some of these issues, some of these things were in connivance with some other people within the system. And it's so sure that now that investigation has been done, now that he's in court, things will start unveiling. We'll probably start seeing or start hearing of different people. Like, for example, if you look at the report that was published by the investigator, talked about the deputy governors that were also involved in the same thing, talked about some other people. So you can be assured that as time goes on, now that we have this now, other people are going to come in. Probably if the government will want to prosecute, it's left to them. But if they want to, it still means that we will see more, the more we look at it.
Now, talking about that report, which you touched on,
Yes.
the investigative report done by Jim Obaze.
Yes.
How do you see that playing out in terms of the president, digging and drilling deeper in carrying out further investigation and also bringing corporates to book?
Well, I must commend the president and commend the federal government. It's a good step to have involved an investigator such as this. It's what we should expect now is that more of this should be done. Just like you've read in the first story, you can be assured that if we engage more of investigators like this, we'll get to uncover a lot of atrocities being done by some political office holders, and it's a good step in the right direction. Yes.
But what legal consequences or implications are we looking at if Emefiele is found guilty?
Well, if he's found guilty, most especially, I won't want to preempt the court. It's before the courts. I'm not in the position to, say this is what the courts will do. But to every offense, there's always, a punishment. There will be a punishment for whatever he has done if he's found guilty. As we speak now, he's still presumed innocent. So let's leave it to the courts. We'll see what the courts will do in coming months or years.
All right, thank you so much for your time on the news. Okiki Adeniran, legal practitioner. Thank you once again.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.